Welcome in, everybody. Justin Kinner with you here. It's 1410 Wing Live, our new Facebook, Twitter Live series that we're doing here that we started last week. We had Marty Brenneman, former voice of the Cincinnati Reds, join us last Friday. And today we bring on our next guest, Adam Trautman, Dayton Flyers tight end, who was just drafted this past Friday night to the New Orleans Saints in the third round. Take a look.
I'm good. How are you? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, Coach? I'm actually in Dayton right now, with my parents and my little brother. So I'm very excited as well. Yes, sir. Do you know Traverse City, Michigan? Yeah, so like 30 minutes north of there. So way up there. I'm excited as well. Thanks, Coach. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Go, baby! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
With that being said, let's bring him on now. We have Adam Trautman, tight end of the Dayton Flyers, drafted to the New Orleans Saints this past Friday night. Adam, welcome in, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. I appreciate you taking time and hanging out today. You look back at that. I mean, it's just a few days ago. What were the thoughts rolling through your mind? What were the emotions you were going through as tight end after tight end came coming off the board and you finally get that call from Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints?
Yeah, well, definitely a little relief came over me. And then obviously pure excitement because just the situation that I got drafted into, with the organization, everything, personally, situation-wise. So I was super, super excited. I mean, obviously, I think people can tell seeing that video.
Yeah, and again, just with tight end after tight end coming off the board, I mean, was this kind of what you expected? I mean, you kind of had an idea you'd be going on Friday night, but tight end after tight end kept going. What was going through your mind as far as that's concerned?
Yeah, I mean, all those guys are great players and all that. But yeah, I didn't expect to be there that long, and I think a lot of people around the league didn't expect you to be there that long. But doesn't matter now. It's all about where you finish, not where you start. And like I mentioned, I'm super excited to be in the situation I am in New Orleans.
Adam Trautman with us here on 1410 Wing Live. So you got the call Friday night. You talked to Sean Payton. I mean, again, we talked this last week on my show about you're a football fan first. That's how you fell in love with the game. How crazy was that to have Sean Payton be giving you a call to let you know that they were going to be picking you?
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy, and I guess I didn't really realize it too much, like in the moment, but because got the call from them, and I saw on the TV like they didn't have a pick yet because they were trading in, so that was more like you can see in the video too. Like I was kind of like confused at first, and I was like, oh my god, like it's Coach Payton and Mr. Loomis and Mr. Ireland and all them. So yeah, it was definitely a surreal moment.
Michael Thomas, they trade for Emmanuel Sanders. Obviously, you're going to be playing with Drew Brees. I mean, what's going through your head as far as that's concerned? Have you grasped the type of talent you're going to be playing with?
I mean, I will once I see it all in person. Obviously, you see them on TV, and that offense is already high-powered as anyone. And just to go in there and to be able to contribute in the way that they're going to want me to contribute, I'm super, super excited about it.
All right, Adam Trautman with us on 1410 Wing Live. If you want to leave a comment for Adam below on Facebook Live, you could do so. Your comments will appear here on the screen. With that being said, what's next for you at this point as you currently sit here after the call on Friday night? We know there's a lot of question marks out there with the stay-at-home orders being put in place around the country. Have they been in touch with you since Friday? What's communication with the Saints been like since then?
Yeah, so obviously I've been doing like all their media stuff and everything, and I've talked to the tight end coach quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty they're taking this coronavirus thing very seriously, and by this weekend they'll have their finalized plans on what we're going to do for our off season. But we did a meeting this morning, and we're going to do them 4 times through Thursday this week. And then, like I said, on the weekend, they're going to decide what we're going to do for the rest of the offseason. But I'll have one-on-one meetings with my tight end coach no matter what, just to install the offense and, send them some clips of me doing certain stuff, my blocking, route running, and we can do right now.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I mean, I know everyone's going through what you're going through, so it's not a this is only happening to you type of thing. But I mean, it has to be a little frustrating, not being able to fully engulf what being drafted means as far as being able to hit the ground running with new teammates.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Like right now, about this time, I'd be going down to New Orleans and getting ready to practice rookie mini camp and OTAs and all that stuff. So it's definitely frustrating to miss, real football, and also not to. Like, you're gonna meet your teammates on Zoom calls, and stuff. That's not and nobody wants to do that. So it is frustrating, but at the same time, you can only, play the hand you're dealt. So.
You said you had your tight ends coach reach out to you. Any of the bigger names on the Saints right now? Have you heard from Drew Brees? Any of the captains on the team right now? Have they reached out to any of the drafted rookies?
Yeah, I've talked to one of the other rookies. Linebacker out of Wisconsin, Zach Bond. Talked to one of the tight ends on the team already. And then Drew Brees is going to reach out to me very soon. My tight end coach told me. So just wait for that and go from there.
All right, when you look back at your time at Dayton, did you ever think from the time that you signed with Dayton to where you are at today, did you ever envision when you signed with Coach Rick Chamberlain and the Dayton Flyers that you'd be sitting here right now in the NFL as a New Orleans Saints drafted in the third round?
No. And no, that's just me being completely honest. I know how hard I worked, though, and to be in this situation. Am I surprised? Sure, a little bit, but also at the same time, I'm not. I worked super hard for this and to be able to make this a possibility and reality. But no, I mean, if you would ask me 5 years ago, absolutely not, especially when I was suited up in a green jersey during practice playing quarterback.
Now, we were trying, and I think we're having connection issues being able to get Rick Chamberlain in on the call with us here. I think videoed in. We were trying to effort that, and I apologize that didn't work out. You could see he's trying to get the camera connected. But what's your message to him and the work that staff did? Again, not many people look at, and this is no offense to the program, but like a smaller school like Dayton, I can get to the NFL. A success story like yours is huge, and a lot of that has to go to, yes, your work ethic, but the job that Coach Chamberlain and his staff had done for you throughout your careers.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've told Coach Chamberlain many times, how appreciative I am, obviously, the opportunity he gave me originally coming in to even be a part of this program. And, he's provided me opportunity after opportunity to be great and be at this level. And especially, just from a human being perspective, there's no one more classy than him, and he wants the best for every single one of his players. It's amazing. There's a lot of programs you hear about, some coaches don't know the kids' names and everything. Coach Chamberlain knows everything about everyone. It's truly amazing, and he really, really cares. And I wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for him, and he knows that.
All right, we appreciate Adam Trautman taking time and joining us here today on 1410 Wing Live. Adam, thank you so much for taking time. I mean, and again, what's the media swirl been like for you? I'm sure you've had nonstop requests.
Yeah, no, I mean, all the local media in New Orleans, and then obviously, I've talked to people here in Dayton and back home from my hometown in Elk Rapids and Traverse City. So yeah, I've been pretty swamped, but always willing to do it. So.
All right. Well, Adam, thanks so much for taking time and hanging out with us today. Congratulations, man. I mean, that was so cool. Not just getting to hear your name, but I mean, to have Sean Payton come and be interviewed later and just had so much high praise for you. Yeah. Obviously, enough to get you the way that they did. But we're excited to see you play on Sundays, man. Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your offseason.
Yeah. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
All right, and there he is again, Adam Trautman, Dayton Flyers tight end, good enough to join us here, and Rick Chamberlain, head coach of the Dayton Flyers. We had efforted to get him on here to kind of surprise Adam. We had some connection issues, and Coach, if you can hear me, just thank you so much for being willing to even come on and hang out with us this afternoon. We'll definitely work on getting in touch with you because I'm sure you have so many things to say about Adam Trautman, and you definitely should. Flyer fans, enjoy this. This is pretty cool. It's a special season. I mean, the fact that you get to see Adam Trautman be drafted in the NFL in the third round, Obi Toppin, we're going to be hearing his name for the Dayton Flyers in the NBA draft when that time comes as well, and we'll be hearing his name called very early in the first round of that, so we're definitely looking forward to that. Everybody, thank you. Make sure you continue to check us out. It's 1410 Wing Live. We do this every day. It's going to vary on time just based on guest availability, but I don't want to do pre-recorded interviews for you. I want to be able to bring the guests to you live so you can be able to interact with them in the comments section below. So thank you, everyone. I will do this again tomorrow. We'll be announcing who our guest is coming up later on this afternoon, but make sure you follow our Facebook page and follow along on here on ESPN Dayton's Facebook page as well, and on Twitter at 1410 Kinner, where we push all of this out on. Thank you. We'll do this again. Make sure you tune into the Justin Kinner Show coming up later on this afternoon from 3 to 6.